Hey fellow boneyard scavengers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 15, Lightning Strikes Twice. So, am I in for some luck finally, do you think? Is my luck going to turn? Am I going to get some high yield? Because that was a fusion ship that had 1 MHD, which is worth about 6k. It's not terrible, but ain't a lot. I have 7 minutes before arrival, so let's... do a little external restoration. Good. Timed it just about right. The JV EKG. The Junior EKG. So an electrocardiogram for toddlers. I don't know. Or maybe for Oompa Loompas. Even better. Probably about the same size ship as the last one. What was the codes? What did it say? Before I go in. Oops. Minimize the game. Whatever, I missed it. I'll just step inside. Oh! We have cargo! We have cargo! Uh-oh. Was there... Okay, nah, I'm alone. For a second, I had a heart attack, like there was someone in here. Alright, let's get to the cargo. Scrap the walls out of my way. Last time I had cargo, it was a real pain because I was in a pressure suit. This time, not so much of a pain, plus I have somewhere to put it, which is sweet. Because before, it was horrible. I was stacking it on top of one another, and it didn't work so well. Time to pay off that mortgage? Yeah. Thereabouts, or fully, I don't know. We'll see. But this will be definitely a windfall, especially if I repair the crates up, which of course I will. I'm not stupid. And sell them to the proper vendor. You can vendor these, if you're wondering, at the license place, but they won't give you as much money as selling it to the cargo shop. So much like... so different places will give you different prices, and selling it to the correct spot is important. So I have, what, 8, I think? Pods, cargo pods, and there are the really nice specialty type, which is worth the most. The specialty types are climate controlled and radiation shielded, so they're designed for like precious cargo. The other types are for like bulk goods and food or something like that. I forget exactly, but these are the really good ones to find. Plus, this is a big ship, so I'm assuming there's fusion stuff in here too. So let's, for now, I'm going to just take a quick tour. I'm not going to be checking bins and whatnot. I'm just going to be doing an overview. Also, it might be intact enough to warrant trying to find a battery to plug in so that I can illuminate things a little bit better. So we have the bathrooms. We have a nav station that is salvageable. It's working. The entryway. Fusion should be around here, usually, for these ships. Yep, fusion's here. So we've got a fuel regulator and a capacitor. Not a lot, and cryo pumps aren't even worth it. So a little bit of fusion-y stuff. Not terrible. I'm going to punch a hole in this wall so I can get access to the pod. Because otherwise I'm like swimming very, very far. Would it make sense to keep one or two for use? No, not really. They weigh a lot. And I am not exchanging... I am only out of K-Leg. So I'm not going to different ports to sell goods. So there's really not a point to like buy cargo at K-Leg to then sell it back to K-Leg. If I had a torch drive, if I had a working fusion drive, maybe then, because then I could buy things for low and sell for high or something like that. But because I'm only working out of one station, there's no real sense of trade. But you could hypothetically use it for yourself. Yes, it is possible. It's just early game, it doesn't really make any sense. Because you're not going anywhere to exchange goods with people. Ooh, it's the sun. And once I get back to the station, I'll show you a little bit of the cargo pod stuff. Essentially, you install these cargo pods on your ship, and then you can buy, like, cargo that goes in the pods. It's kind of hard to explain. It's easier to show. All right, you know what? Drop and cut a hole here. Yeah, I don't really care about the hull of this wrecked cargo ship. I'll cut holes wherever I want them. All right, so that's all 8 cargo pods. And then there's some fusion-y stuff. I might, my dolly's full and full of like ox tanks. So I might just haul the fusion stuff one at a time. It takes a little bit longer, but it's not a problem. So we'll do the fuel regulator. Pair that up. A laser capacitor. I'm going to skip the cryo pump because it's not worth enough. And then I should also look for helium or heavy water tanks. I didn't see any, but they would be very valuable if full. How much do these cargo pods usually make? 21,000 a pop. So I'm going to get about almost 200k from this ship alone. I have found there are ship designs. Like I have found ships, specialty cargo ships that had maybe like 16 pods on them or something like that. Those are spicy AF. Because you can make some way boku bucks from those bad boys. But those are rare. Finding like a 16. And they should be. I mean, if they were common, it would screw up the economy of this game bad. Now, once you have a fusion drive, and you can do deliveries from, like, Jupiter to Venus and things like that, you can start making super dollars. It just takes a very, very long time, because the burn time between those spaces is rough. You know, you can be, like, 3 days in transit. For reference, I'm about 3 days in game. So all the food and water and all that stuff that I've consumed, like, you need to bring with you. Plus... when you're doing torch drive burns between planets, you get pelted by micrometeorites. So then it's not just like, oh, I'll sleep through it, because your ship's gonna get attacked. So it's one of those like things are boring and then they're super intense and then they're boring again. That, and you also probably need to design a ruggedized ship to even make the trip, meaning that it needs to be compartmentalized so that if you get a hole in one section, it doesn't vent out everything. Because if you don't, you will run out of gas to pressurize your ship eventually. So there's a lot of requirements for a ship that does fusion torch between zones. It's not just like, oh, I'll just make a fusion reactor in any old rinky-dink and make the trip. You won't survive the trip. You'll die in transit unless you have a ship that can truly survive it. So there's a lot of money to be made running cargo between worlds. As you can see in the gigs console, this isn't a spoiler because I've shown you the gigs console and you've seen the like $4 million payout, bringing loot from point A to point B when the 2 points are an astronomical unit apart. It's just the investment cost for it is not something that I can even remotely afford at the moment. So now that I think I've taken all the big items, I'm looking for small stuff. Bins, tools, etc. I don't think that there's any big ticket things that I've missed. Are there different areas in the game? Yes, technically speaking, I'm in the noob area, being that I'm on K-Leg. But there isn't like noob plus, unless you just use console commands and give yourself money, I guess. Or during the character generation, you look up all the answers to everything and do adventuring and get a bunch of freebies. That would be noob plus, I guess. Wow, I'm very happy there was cargo, because there is... Oh! Ha! 30 at Snubnose. Alright, cool. I think Malcolm Reynolds would use a weapon like that. Like it looks like a revolver. Yeah, it's a 6-round 38 revolver. Now, the issue with the firearms that I found so far, there is a special type of firearm that they sell in-game, which uses, like, pellet rounds, which don't bust your hull. The firearms that I've been picking up, these like historical firearms, you would never use on a ship because you would punch a hole in the hull using it to defend your own ship, and yeah, that would then depressurize your your life very fast. This art style reminds you of old Flash games. Apparently it's called, what is it, cassette futurism, I think is what they said in the menu. They didn't, I was reading about it, that they chose this art style without knowing that it had a name, and then was told that it's like called cassette futurism, which is pretty neat. But yeah, I really, whoa, a 98 tank? I really like the art style. It's simple, it's clean, works for me. This ox dolly is what it really is now. Oh my god. I am glad that things don't explode easy in this game, because the amount of pressurized oxygen I have on that cart could take out, a drug kingpin very, very easily. No, that's worn out enough. I'm not gonna bother. It's worth money, but like in its current condition with those ablative sections, it wouldn't. I don't care. Not compared to the cargo I got. All right. What left do I have to search? Did I go through all these bins? No, because Land Before Time toy. Yeah, I would have noticed that. And an old broken helmet, which is a different color. I kind of like the color better, so I'm going to fix that up and change helmets. Because I have the most common orange, and I like uncommon colored helmets, like gray or yellow or red. A data card. I know that they have stored files on a PDA. I've never found anything on a data card they're all like empty every time I've checked. This permit is half a year old. Oh, another permit. This is in really good condition. I'm going to keep that one. Maybe I can sell it. Ooh, PDA. So this is the silica bead ammo that doesn't depressurize your hulls, which would not be fired out of this thing. I actually, I want this t-shirt. And yes, you can switch shirts. No, it's a little busted. I have the game paused, so like, I know it doesn't make sense that I can put on a new t-shirt underneath my suit, but, you know, the game allows it. Can I repair and sell shipwrecks I come across? Only if you buy the rights to the wreck. I don't own this wreck. I am licensed to sell the salvage that I get from here, but buying a wreck of this size would probably cost $1 million. And given all the holes that has in it, I'm not going to recoup the cost. I would then have to fix it up for a very, very, very long time to turn a profit, because the condition of this thing is terrible. So it's possible, but only if the wreck is not truly wrecked. This thing is truly wrecked. It's got holes everywhere. You're not going to get it airtight without spending hours. Maybe not hours, but spending a long time. All right, I think these are the last racks. I doubt there's going to be anything good, because this room seems to be a maintenance room. So let's push off. I don't think there's anything left for me to grab. I'll do a little highlight here, but I think I grabbed the relevant stuff. Yeah, the smaller wrecks are a bit of a gamble, because a lot of the smaller wrecks still cost a lot of money for the rights, and they don't have a lot of things on them. So you end up not recouping. You can, like I said, you can flip and turn a profit. It's just a little tricky. Because if it was easy, you know, the game wouldn't be balanced. I am going to... should I go sell? Yes or no? And while you vote on that, what's my suit at? I'm going to go repair the sections outside that I don't normally have access to in transit. Because now I have a lot of stuff on my ship that I can maintain. Was that a toy dinosaur? It sure was. It's Littlefoot. Or whatever, I forget the name. Is that right? Littlefoot? I haven't seen Land Before Time in a long time. So that section's done. There was this section I couldn't reach. A little here. And a little back here. None of the walls or conduit, everything that I'm maintaining right now was like healthy enough that it wasn't really of much concern. The unlike a lot of the mechanics in your ship, a lot of the hull stuff has to be like zeroed before it's not unsafe. So I wasn't close to, you know, blowing up or anything like that. I just figured you guys wanted some love, some TLC to the ship, so I'm TLCing the ship. Alright, I think that's all of the externals now. Oh no, I missed a floor. Okay, yep, that's everything. Cool. Looks like we're gonna go and sell. Copy that. Helmet off. Everything that I want to maintain in the ship right now is in the ship. So just to stupid-proof this, I am locking the door so I can't accidentally leave. We are headed to port. I do kind of have the planet to avoid. And with all this new stuff, rust up. My two thrusters easily can handle, like, everything that's in here, though. Now what I need is 2 dinosaurs, so I can play on my nav console and have them fight. And have them inevitably betray one another. As is tradition. But then that means I might, you know, get killed by reavers. So, maybe not. I don't like that tradition. For you youngins, that was a Firefly reference. And for you non-youngins, you're welcome. It's probably not worth me trying to only repair things up to 95%. I'll just let the auto repair run. The remaining 5%, who cares? I didn't point straight at the station, so I should probably check in. Oh yeah, I was right to check in. I flew right past port. My spidey sense was tingling. Because I couldn't fly straight there because, you know, the planet was in the way. Damn planets. With their right-of-way. Reminds me of that dumb joke. Where the US Navy radioed the light on the horizon, ordering it to move. Because we're the US Navy, and if you don't get out of our way, we'll ram you. And then the lighthouse keeper goes, sure, but like, just to let you know, I'm a lighthouse. I ain't moving anywhere, but you're welcome to ram me if you want. Did the new helmet get a repair? Not yet. It's broken, so I don't know if I have the spare parts. Let's see. Oh, I did. Actually, you know what? I don't know how long it's going to take me to repair this stuff. So here's a little button that you can hit. Match speed. I hope... Oh, you know what? I don't know if the other pilots are going to be good about not hitting me, though. So match speed has you kind of just, like, sit in relation to another object without moving, with no relative velocity differences. But I don't think I'm going to just match speed and sit out here, because I'm worried about other ships coming to dock just demolishing me. I'm not certain that they wouldn't. So I will pay the extra money for the docking fees while I repair this stuff. It's less efficient, but it's safer. Because when you're docked with the station, you're not going to die. Also, take match speed off when you're docking, because you will constantly decelerate to try to match the speed as you ordered your navigational console to do, and it's really stupid to be fighting your own nav console. Needless to say, I didn't know that when I first started playing. And I was like, why am I constantly decelerating? What kind of space game is this? No, it was me issuing my nav console to slow me down as I'm trying to accelerate. So it's like trying to press both pedals at the same time. Stupid as hell. And I did it, and you don't have to, because you're welcome. All right. Well, let's fast forward time a little bit to repair this stuff. Question for you all. With my windfall, how should I spend it? Paying off mortgage, hiring crew, or on hookers, blow, and blackjack? One of those three options might not be a real one. So, there's the poll. Also, but the Rhadamant was like, sorry, bot, you're not allowed to say what you wanted to say. Yep. One advantage of like locking your doors like I did, there's been some cases, there was one case when I was playtesting and I got jumped by pirates, and I decided for some reason or other to try to be benevolent and like not kill the pirate, and instead tried to take the pirate to the authorities because I didn't know better. So what I did was I locked the pirate, I beat the pirate unconscious and put them in my airlock to knock them out, and then pressurized the airlock, kept them locked in there. And then when I got to K-Leg, I knocked them out again by depressuring the airlock. And then while they were unconscious, I like dragged them to the authorities, and the authorities didn't give two squirts about the fact that I had a pirate. So then I was stuck with a live pirate, naked, because I had beat the suit and helmet off of him, run around K-Leg, constantly trying to mug people, but also constantly injured because, yeah, everyone was like, a naked pirate. I'm not scared. And occasionally they would try to like break into my ship and go through my doors and like rifle through my stuff. And eventually, some other shipbreaker just like murdered them. And then that shipbreaker became a wanted person. I felt real bad because I was like, oh God, that's my fault. That's my fault. Because the wanted shipbreaker got in a fight with them and like beat them to death while I watched, and it was a little awkward. Oh, you know what? I was at the end of the shift. I should have paid my well, I don't have the money yet, so maybe next shift payment I can pay off the mortgage. Poor pirate couldn't practice his trade. Yeah, no kidding. The thing is, if you try to jump into someone else's nav station, and you don't have authorization, you can't. It, like, the game stops you. So you can't, like, I was worried initially that they would hijack my ship. It got me all paranoid. And then I came to realize, yeah, that's not a thing. I'd be fine. The nav station's just going to tell them to F off, and they won't be able to steal my stuff. So here I'm just fast-forwarding time as I repair the cargo pods with the ever-increasing need to poop. And it looks like you guys want me to pay off the mortgage. Copy that. You would have bailed out that shipbreaker? So the shipbreaker wasn't like arrested or anything. They were just like wanted. They became a persona non grata on the station, but the police didn't actually do anything actionable, as far as I know. So it was a little weird. That's not what you guys voted on? Well, I don't know how to buy hookers, blow, or blackjack. Unless, of course, the crew member I hired was my escort. So I did tell you that one of those 3 options may not be real, and, well, you guessed the wrong one. Or the right one for being fake, I should say. Alright. Cargo pods. I have restored, I think, 3 of them? Oh god, I've restored none of them? What the hell? I've restored some of them a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Why I'm not restoring it full. Technically, the banker will use the mortgage payments for hookers and blowout. Yes, probably. I mean, given that I was in a, what was it, 400-something thousand mortgage for a ship worth 80K? Or something like that. I forget what the immediate resale value of my Frostal ship was, but you saw it. It was a trash heap. It was a nav console draped in conduit with like 2 random thrusters slapped on it. It wasn't even airtight. Like, it was so sketch. The fact that I had any mortgage on that thing, I should have been paid to get in it. Charge left on my drill, 13%. I have a battery charger right here. I'm not worried. I will have plenty of charge. I'm just confused as to what cargo pod I'm actually repairing here. I'm like clearly restoring something. I just don't know. You know, I don't believe you anymore. Let's read auto task. Worry that I was like repairing something that didn't exist. I see the bar going up. These cargo pods are very beefy, very huge. I mean, you saw the size of them. The other thing about the cargo pods that is worth mentioning, because they're so beefy, they're actually very good meteor protection. So one odd way that you can protect yourself, you can build like a double wall around your ship so that you have like a shield bubble. Obviously, it adds mass. Another way is to just slap on, maybe not the specialty cargo pods because they're really expensive, but the cheaper versions, and use them as like a bubble, as like, you know, I think actually tanks are designed like that, right? They have like reactive ablative armor, so it's sort of the same concept. All right, I think what I want to do is intentionally repair specific cargo pods so that I can actually see the health going up. Yeah, you know what? Given the time that this takes, I am gonna min-max it, dragging one pod out and selling it one at a time, because I only need to repair them up to 95%, and they're taking so damn long that micromanaging it is going to save me a lot of time in the long run. So this pod is at 93%. Let's restore it up to 95. I did say that I would show you the cargo trade. So this is where you sell actual pods. So here's my like new pod for 23K. Boom. In the barter zone, I have a bunch of, I mean, you can see the value of being used and worn. So repairing them, obviously, huge benefit. Because I'd make fractions of dollars. But if you wanted to trade goods rather than the pods themselves, when you have pods installed, you can buy goods here. So these are the prices. So like, I am at, where am I? I'm here at the OKLG well, no, that's the flotilla. That's the pirate area. Which one's me? Where is here? That's so strange. But if you have a visa, if you're like a citizen, you get a discount. Oh no, this is the market. It's up at the top right. I'm stupid. So this is the station's current market where you can buy, you know, various goods. You buy them in bulk. Sometimes they're radioactive, sometimes they're fragile, sometimes they're temperature sensitive. You install them on your cargo pod, and then you go to a different area and you sell as a trader. I'm definitely not at that point yet, though. Loud station speaker crackles me. Please report to Port Authority in the Commerce at my earliest convenience. Well, I deem it's not convenient right now, so you got, whatever you're asking me to do, it can wait. I got business. Barter business. So here's my old helmet. I'm selling it. I'm going to keep the gray one. I'm going to sell, I'm going to keep the worn out toy. It's not worth enough to even sell. This is the extra bed, the bonus bed that I accidentally bought and didn't do anything with it. The old handgun, I'm going to sell because I don't need a handgun that's going to depressurize my ship when I use it. That sounds terrible. I repaired up the fuel reactor. I repaired up the MHD. Inside of the equipment truck, all of the canisters can be sold. I guess the permit didn't net anything. But yeah, those cans was worth a bit. The nav console I repaired up. And the ammo scrubber I repaired up. And the revolver. Nice. Alright, let's take a dump and then get back to repairing. The official can wait. My trade takes precedence. Did I buy a new permit? Oh, I wouldn't need to. I still have plenty of time on my permit. So here's my permit. It's valid until tomorrow at 2 p.m. It's 7 p.m. in game. So yeah, I'm not close to needing a new one. Lorix, Kilgore, thank you for the gifted subs. Cheers, dude. Double cheers, I'm thirsty. Would it be worthwhile to keep an EVA suit and helmet for my new crew? Yeah. But I do find them frequently enough that, like, because I wasn't supposed to be hiring crew right now, like, I'm not too worried. They are very pricey to buy, and they're not so nice to sell. So maybe the next set I'll keep. Because their sale price is about $1,000, but their buy price is about $10,000, because, you know, capitalism. Yeah. So you're not wrong about that, certainly. But they're way more valuable to just reserve. What skill am I using to repair this thing? I wish I skilled up repairing this bad boy faster, because, ooh. The time it takes. I mean, the profit's there. And this is one of the reasons why it's really nice to have extra crew, because 2 hands make short work of these, you know, because I would have a second person be able to repair. Granted, I would need to buy them, like, tools and feed them and water them. All that jazz. And if I did hire crew, I would want a spare set of tools. I don't necessarily need a Weber lance. A lot of the kind of work that you end up doing is hauling and things like that. So, I mean, if I can hook them up with a Weber lance, like, maybe that's nice. But I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a priority because of how expensive the Weber laser is. I probably would do it, though, just so I don't have to have a... Because the other tools, it would be like a soldering iron and a friction welder and a hacksaw. Like, the Weber lance replaces a whole bunch of things, because this thing does soldering, cutting, and welding. So without that, I would need a soldering iron, a welder, and a angle grinder. Or a hacksaw or something. I would need a whole bunch of tools to replace it. So it is a bit efficient. Oh my god. 50%. Wow. My poor drill is like, dude, overuse. Thank you for watching Ostranauts, which originally streamed live as a marathon December 21st and December 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind this streamed once as a marathon and this episode was cut from it, so feedback cannot be incorporated. And also, no spoilers please, so please keep them out of the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, people that participated within the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Ostranauts.